Hey everyone, it's Thumper the Rabid. I know I said I don't like doing builds on staging, but since I don't know when I'll have time to do a good example of this after next week, figured I'd give you a little preview here. This is, I'm going to show off two things here. First of all, little proof of concept that you can combine these small generators. I'll show you here if I hook them both up. Turn them both on, 80 units of power, 40 out of each, they root combine. So they behave like any other power source, so that's a good news. That you can turn them on and off, but they can be on a root combiner network, so you can combine them with other power sources in case they get too low. But what I really wanted to show you is a proof of concept on these turrets. Since you can't reload them while they're running, and you have to cut their power to turn them off to reload, I thought it was important to demonstrate. Here's one possible way, probably not the cleanest way, but one possible way that you can set these up so that you get cover by one set of turrets while you're reloading another. So let's say these four were covering your front door or front patio of your base. You wouldn't want one pair of these to run out and then have to power off all four of them while you're reloading a pair, because that leaves you vulnerable to whatever attackers are out here. So instead what I'm going to show you is I'm going to split some power coming in, and I'm going to use this branch to tap off a little bit of power for a reset. But these are going to be my two primary power sources for my turrets here. So I'm going to put one branch here, one branch here. Could use splitters, but I don't have a wall handy here, so I can put the branches on the floor. So I set these up. So this is like pair 1 and that's pair 2. They're independently powered from each other. So if I just take this, put some power in there, and I'll just show you the basics first. If I just hook both of these up so that they both have power, bring it in from my source here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just split this. There's like, oops, make it 40 because there's about 80 coming in here, 76. So I'm just gonna split it about evenly between these two here. Then on these branches, I gotta set it like 20 and 20 so they each have a relatively even amount. Now they're all powered up. But if I drop a bunch of enemies out here, they're all gonna fire until they run out. And then I have to power all of them off to reload them. Well, if there's still enemies left, I'm gonna be SOL, right? So another way of doing this is to put some controls over here. So I'm gonna put that memory cell, and on the wall I'm gonna put a timer that I'm gonna use for reset, and a power switch that I'm gonna use for power loading. So the way I'm gonna do this is, for pair number 1 here, I'm gonna take their power and run it through this switch. Means these only run if I turn the switch on. There. And then for pair number 2, I'm going to take their power and run it through this memory cell. Now they're off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook them up so that if this guy hits low ammo, and these should shoot roughly the same, so if this guy hits low ammo, he's going to send a signal set. That's going to turn this on, that's going to activate these. So what that means is when this turret hits low ammo, these guys power on. Now they take a second to power up, but that's okay because the low ammo mark is 50. So basically when that turret gets down to 50 rounds left, these are going to power on and they'll be up and running well before he runs out of actual ammunition. But Then, if I come over here and hit this switch, I can power these two off only, reload them while these two are firing, but then I need a way to turn these off again, which means I need a way to either toggle or reset this memory cell. So what I'm going to do is just use the reset, which I'm going to run into this timer. And that's why I left this extra branch over here, because I need a couple units of power to run the timer. So let's show this in action here. I'm going to spawn some friends. A couple of scientists out here. Now we haven't hit low ammo quite yet, because you can see the memory cell hasn't toggled yet. So let's spawn a few more. Oh, still not to low ammo. Maybe a couple more of these guys. There we go. Now you can see they hit low ammo and these guys activated, so they're on. So if there's more scientists coming here, you can see that they keep firing away. Now I can come over to this switch, turn it off. It powers down these two. It doesn't power down these. They have their own power source. It does turn off the trigger to the memory cell, which is okay because we don't need that anymore. Then I open this up, put some more ammo in here, open this guy up, reload his ammo, and then I can go here and power him back up again. Now they're fully loaded and ready to go. These guys are not quite fully loaded anymore because they burned some of their ammo covering after they activated, and I want to turn them off. So I need to go hit, in this case I'm using a timer, but you could use any switch to hit that reset. Now the reset turns the memory cell off, no more power to these. Now that they're not powered anymore, now I can start reloading their ammo. And they're sitting ready to activate again as backups. It may be that you don't necessarily want these even. You might have, a dozen turrets with one or two mixed in as a backup that are off. And so if someone comes up and starts attacking your base, your main turrets start plowing them down, and if for some reason they run out of ammo, these guys would fire up and give you some cover while you go out to reload the rest of these turrets. So there you go. That's a simple example of one possible way to build a redundant, automatically triggered backup pair of guns, which will become important here when these turrets become electric. That's all for now, and good luck. Don't suck.